Hello. So, it has been a while. Let me see. Let's make sure I'm not chopping my head off or anything. So I've been putting this video off for a little bit. As you can see, I just done a hyperlapse there, or a time lapse of me putting away washing, because that's like how much I've been putting this off, and I'm sure some of you can relate to putting things off. Even that noise there. Someone just posted something that's almost good enough an excuse for me to not do this. We all know what it's like to put something off, but I guess like something that I could do to provide value to you is the best thing to do is just do it. I put away washing there. I sat and watched a video on YouTube, and like this is the first thing I've got to do today. And I've been putting off, and if I'd kept putting this off, everything else would have just got pushed back and not happened as quick. But what I want to do is I want to explain in a video. You'll see it's going to be real laid back and probably pretty rough. So if you don't like that style of video, you might want to just skip a bit. I don't know how to timestamp things, but I will try if I can figure it out. What I want to do is I want to just explain why I stopped recording and why I stopped recording this prep. As some of you may know, I've already competed twice and I've done a photo shoot with Ross Fraser McLean. But I've not tracked, monitored, or recorded, I guess, any of that to show it or share it. And a bit, like one of the big reasons for that is this time round's not been nearly as hard as what it was in 2019. And I have done a post in the past about getting better at fat loss. And what I think has changed in my life is I'm at a place now where my habits and behaviours are very, I guess, they're pretty healthy. And I also guess that they align up very much with what I'm trying to achieve this year. An analogy that I use a lot with people is if you imagine where you're currently living to what I'm doing, there's probably a big gap between it. Where I normally live is right there. So all I've done is just reduce the amount of food that I eat, and then I've had to do a bit extra cardio, or it got cranked up to 7 days and I had to do an hour every day. But it didn't go from like 0 to 100. It went from like no cardio to I think 3 or 4. I am going to do a full recap video, I think, of how everything's progressed over the time, because this is now week 22, 23, I've lost track now, of dieting. I've had 2 days off plan. I think I had 4 beers when I was down in Leeds. I had a glass of red wine when I was down in Birmingham, which was back in July. I've completely stuck to plan. I've ticked all the boxes every single day. I have pretty much given this my all. So, I suppose I'm going to go off on a tangent here. One of the reasons that I kind of stopped recording this is me giving this my all is not very big deal in the grand scheme of life. It's a hobby, it's a choice, and me documenting it started feeling funky. But what I'm going to do is I've got a list of things here to my right hand side. I've got a coffee here, so if I start speaking even faster, it's because of this. This is a coffee that was roasted in Edinburgh for anybody that cares, and it's lovely. And my mug was handmade by, I forgot her name and I feel really bad, Erica. And if she watches this, I hope you're doing well. She moved away up north. Our mugs are incredible. I'll try and tag her Instagram for pottery, I guess it would be called. Ceramics? I don't know. But this mug I love it. I love it because it was made by someone that I know. Cheers. So, the number, like, I guess this is in no, is it chronological order? There's no, like, reason to this at all. These are just the 6 points. So, I know I've been talking for ages already. I'm going to fire through this. So, one reason that I stopped doing is it was making my life look boring. I love this all. I love everything involved in health and fitness. Probably a good thing why I started a health and fitness company. I love health, weights, cardio, steps, sleep, food, stress, human interaction, human behavior. I love all this. Physiology, psychology, biomechanics. I'm trying to look at my books to see fat loss, muscle gain, obesity prevention, why we're going in the direction we are with obesity, physiotherapy, recovery, rehab, everything. I love all of it. And what I was doing in these videos is I was making it all seem very, very boring. Doing the same thing day in and day out. But that is what is needed to achieve what I've nearly achieved but I could talk about that in another video. Again, I didn't want to seem boring, and I worried that I was putting people off. The second reason, I don't really want to sell my soul. My videos are very, very rough. They're very unedited. And by sell my soul, I know that people nowadays, all of us, want top tier service. We want like to be completely entertained or distracted on a level that's like Hollywood sort of cinema. I don't have time to do that. And I feel like I wanted this to always be rough and ready. Like I want it to be the unhighlights. So like the mundane, the repetitive, the consistent. I guess consistent's a good word, but in the same sense, a lot of people don't dislike it. And I didn't want to make my life seem boring because I do genuinely love it. Like I freaking wake up every day like buzzing like it's Christmas. And I didn't want it to be boring, and I don't want to sell my soul to the point that it's like, look at all these highlights, look how good I've got it, look at this, look at that. Like we rent a flat, me and Lisa are very, very happy together. We both look after our healths, we both feel good, touch wood, both. And again, this is people that know me know I love love. We're like deeply in love. I've got my friends who are all just supporting me, taking the piss out of me from time to time. But if I was to have a bad day with this, they would push me on, help me out. My family are all supportive. It was my dad's 60th birthday yesterday, and I didn't eat breakfast with him. I had a black coffee. And then when cake and that was getting dished out when we went for lunch, or late lunch, I didn't eat any of that either. I was just sat there. But nobody cared, nobody batted an eyelid, nobody said nothing. And I really appreciate that. But I don't want to be, I don't want my videos to then become like an artificial happiness. The happiness that I have is within me. And for me to project it out is the only way I can do it is by talking, because you're not going to know what I feel. I am very grateful for a lot of very, very, very small things. That mug, the coffee in that mug, the fact that Lisa's probably going to come home in 10 minutes. Like these things are things that are making my life, I don't know, what would the word be? Like a highlight, I suppose, or like they're like the shiny things to me. Whereas there's other content creators or people that are doing stuff, they're buying like fancy cars, they're maybe moving house, they're editing their videos to make it look like a movie. And I know that some of you will be sat there like, just do it. And that takes me straight on to the next point, which is this was taking a lot of time. Like it does take about a day for me to edit and line up and crop and cut videos that I put together, whereas this I'm just going to do in one take. I'm going to save it, I'm going to put my logo in the corner, I'm going to upload it, and then I'm going to let you guys decide whatever happens with it. But it was taking up a lot of time. Going back to point number 2, I don't want to provide that highlight content. I don't want it to be like fake reality. I want you to see the real me, and what I have to do to get where I'm trying to get to. And I want to do that without tarting it up. I want you to just see what would the word be? The authenticity of it. I guess that's me covered that point, and I'm trying not to waffle, so I'm going to move on. So, point number 4, I really want this for me this time around. Like, I genuinely am doing this for me, and I think that's also added to why it's felt a lot easier than when I done it in 2019. In 2019, I was trying to prove a point. I was trying to show something to the public. I was doing it to improve my brand. I knew it would help with business, and it really did. Getting myself mega lean. I had a lot of young men messaging, being like, I want to look like that, I want to look like that, I want to look like that. But they wanted to do it in like 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and it took me 21 weeks. So it didn't actually directly benefit business. I just got a lot more interaction with people, and I had to kind of let them down, saying that like, look, this takes longer than that. So in 2019, I was doing this pretty much for external purposes, whereas this time everything's for me. Like I am doing it wholeheartedly for me. I could have stopped after my second show, but I was straight on the phone to my coach being like, this isn't the best I've ever looked. And by the best, I meant leanest. Like I like fat loss. It fascinates me. I like getting freakishly lean. Veins all over my abs, striations in the glutes, like all this, I like it. And you might not know what all that means. It's you can actually see like the muscle fibers within the muscle because there's so little body fat. There's just like skin. There'll be like a thin layer of water probably, and then muscle straight away. and recording the videos wasn't actually like elaborating or pushing on for me. So I kind of just got my head down, and I've just been digging. I have genuinely been putting my heart and soul into this recently, and I'm going to do a big post about. There's only 2 people that really know how hard I'm trying, because they get to see me do it every single day, and I really appreciate them as well. And thank you. Not 5th reason, I was providing zero value. I was just showing my life. I wasn't actually like teaching you anything. It was zero benefit to you at all. It was just complete distraction to your life. I was almost like becoming a Kardashian. Junk television is really bad for your brain. You can look it up. Watching stuff that has zero purpose, it is just entertaining you, is killing. It's killing off your brain. And I was pretty much just adding to that, and I don't want to do that. I'm going to go to the 6th reason. What I felt like I was doing with all these 5 reasons before this is I feel like I would have been putting people off potentially trying bodybuilding. I'm moany, so I would moan. It's more a vent though. Like I'll say like, oh, I feel crap, my energy's through the floor, oh, my testosterone's really low, so my sex drive doesn't exist, I'm really hungry. Like I could moan, but all I'm doing is I'm just getting it out. And once it's out of me, I feel better. Like I'm like, well, fuck, you're going to keep going anyway, so just keep going. There's no, like, me moaning about it doesn't make it easier. It doesn't make it, like, time go any quicker or anything. It just keeps things exactly the same as they are. And I felt like if I moaned about fat loss, bodybuilding enough, it would be putting people off. So that was another reason I stopped doing the videos. They're the six reasons that I've jotted down. I've kind of waffled on about other bits and bobs. I am going to try and document some stuff, but more so because I feel like I could provide value. I just haven't been in the past. I'm going to try and create ideas. I'm going to try and set aside time to write down, like, people need help with this, people need help with this, people need help with this, and then align with what I do and how I help myself with those things, or even how I help clients. Again, I'm going to stop. I stopped posting these videos because I did really feel like it was just no benefit to anybody. And it was just like me trying to be like, look at me, and I don't know if the word of that is narcissistic. I don't know if that's the right word, but it did start feeling very much like that, so I stopped. I have competed twice and I came 2nd, and then I got first call-outs, which means I was top 5. I have 2 more shows. I have 1 show in like 2.5 weeks and 1 in 3.5 weeks. If you'd like to see what I'm doing for them or how I'm preparing, let me know. I'm not going to give you more physique updates because I feel like I'm just feeding into the fitness industry of selling some sort of false lie or false pretense that if you diet for a little bit, you're going to look like me. Like I said at the start of the video, this has taken me 22, 23 weeks to get here, and I have completely shifted. I have not had a balance, like a work-life balance. I have volleyed those set of scales over Hercules' den, and I can no longer see them. I am full, all blown. Everything I'm doing is for these shows. It is for fat loss and for me to at least not struggle as bad as I did in 2019, day in and day out. And I hope that makes sense. If there's anything that you do want me to cover, or if there's anything that you personally struggle with, comment down below. I will touch on it. If there's anything that you are struggling with that you feel is too personal, shoot me a message. I will try and help. And if you're interested in some sort of coaching or working with TS Health and Fitness, let us know. We do have space. Becca's opening up more space for one-on-ones. I will be in a couple, maybe 2, maybe 3.5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. Maybe I'll take a bit of time off. I will open up online spaces again. I hope this is of value. I hope it at least provides clarity to why I'm not doing videos as often as I was, or said I was going to do. I will try and post more regularly though. I will try and post something to help you. I am reading a lot just now, and that's giving me some good information and points of topics of discussion. As you can see, I can talk forever. I'm going to stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If there's anything you want me to cover, touch on, talk about, or anything, let me know.